Hi there, everybody. This is Mark Plunkett, the pastor of Heritage Presbyterian Church, and this is our weekly devotional. Yesterday at the church that I serve, we had the most wonderful thing happen. After church, we all stayed, and I mean everybody stayed, and we had lunch together. It was simple. It was pizza and salad and some cookies and some goodies to eat and some iced tea and some lemonade, and stuff like that. And everybody just sat at the tables where we gather around for worship, and we all just sat and talked and ate and went back for seconds, and it was just fun. And do you know why I'm so pepped up about all that? Because it's been forever since we've done that. We haven't done it once during the pandemic. I mean, how could we? How could we possibly serve food? How could we have people bring food? How could we have people clean up and not be kind of freaked out about maybe catching germs from somebody, maybe getting sick? So we were very careful. We wore gloves and we did all the health department things that you're supposed to do, and everybody was very, very careful, and everybody that was serving, I think, had their vaccines, so it was safe. But the best part was everybody stayed. The whole church that showed up for worship, everybody stayed, and we just had a great time. And we had a great time over a meal. Now, in churches, this happens a lot. In fact, in our church, once a month, we have communion. And we consider that to be a heavenly meal or a special meal that we remember. Sometimes we even call it the Lord's Supper, when we, in our own way, reenact the Last Supper that Jesus had with his apostles. Now, did it look like that? Of course not. I usually wear a robe and I've got sashes on, and this kind of thing. And so it's like, that's not what Jesus was doing. But it's how we honor that sacrament. But here's what I want you to think of, okay? In the book of Revelation, be careful with Revelation. Don't go jumping in and drawing a bunch of silly conclusions that you read on the internet about Revelation. Just listen to this part. This is in Revelation chapter 3, and this is verse 20. And this is what the Lord told John. Listen, I am standing at the door knocking. If you hear my voice and open the door, I will come into you and eat with you and you with me. Now, how cool would that be? Being able to sit down at a meal with Jesus Christ, opening the door, and he's there, and you bring him in, and he sits down, and he has a meal with you. Now, that's pretty cool. This kind of gets skipped over in Revelation. You don't see a lot of people getting real hepped up about, Jesus is going to eat a meal with me. Oh, isn't that great? It is great. It is great. I don't know how many times in my life I've heard about people talk about the great heavenly banquet and being able to sit with everybody that's saved, everybody that you know, and millions and billions of people you don't know. But all the people you loved are going to be there with you. And it's this heavenly meal. And then there was that time when Jesus knew he was going to die, and he told his apostles, I'm going before you. I will prepare a place for you. If this were not so, would I tell you this? Prepare a place for you. That doesn't sound like a meal. But this sounds like a meal. I will come in to you and eat with you and you with me. That sounds like a meal. So yesterday's meal was fun and great and wonderful because we haven't had one in a long time. I wonder if it would have been quite so special if we hadn't had one in a long time. Wonder if folks might just say, it's just a regular, church lunch. I don't need to go to that today. I wonder. But anyway, it was special and it was wonderful. But it's still not as good as what they're talking about in Revelation. I will come in with you and sit down and eat with you, and you will eat with me. Wow. Let's think about that for today. See if that doesn't put a smile on your face the rest of the day. Thinking about sitting down with Jesus. Pretty cool. Amen.